So this business really comes down to three parts. So a lot of you are new, and I'm going to go over like 5 seconds of, because I'm getting a lot of questions about posting and what to post, where do I find my post, that kind of thing. So you should be posting product posts and then live posts. If you haven't got to live posts yet, it's okay. If I haven't talked to you about live posts, like it's fine, we'll get there. But if I have talked to you about live posting and you're just not doing it, like start doing it. So real quick, I'm going to go over like where to find posts. I'm not going to spend forever on this, but you need to go to Facebook, type in be obsessed or be average. This is not something that you should take lightly. Okay. So this is, our team has made posts and shared posts with us that people in other teams don't even get. Okay. So like most people have to make up their own posts. We're fortunate enough to be on a team where girls share their posts and let us use them, right? So please, like, use them. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have this amazing uplines that are giving us all these posts. So if you go to be obsessed or be average, and then you go to announcements, you will see these posts, and they already have captions. Like, here's the picture, here's a caption to use for it. That's where it comes into live posting. So you shouldn't just post these posts that you see here. You should also make your own and make your page personal, or people are just going to unfollow you. Like, people don't want to see a bunch of spam or stuff that isn't you. If you go to your profile right now and you can't tell that it's you and you see you nowhere, then like that's a problem. And I don't think anybody on here has that problem, because I have your Instagrams and I look at them. But, if I don't, just know that obviously I can't watch everybody. Like, I'm not your mom. But, like, you shouldn't just copy and paste posts. Like, to be personal too, So live post, here's what I do. I live post once a day and I product post once a day. And then I use all the spammy pictures of results on my story, because if you post results on your story, people like obviously click through stories, but it's not stuck on your page where somebody comes to your page and they're like, either they're going to follow you or not. Or maybe they just followed you and they're looking at your page, and they see is spam of results. They're going to be like, who is this girl and what is this? Like, who even is this blog? Like, they're not interested. So you have to be you. You want to make it blog-like. So, for example, like if I were to make a blog, I talk about my favorite things, right? So make it a blog where you're talking about your favorite products, but you're also incorporating your life and what you do and how this business is like changing your life. If you're not live posting, because I'll tell you this, so last month I didn't need distributors, or I thought that I didn't need distributors, right? We all have those months where we're trying to get a promotion. We might be charted for a promotion and all we need is customers. So we just focus on customers, and that was me. All I focused on was customers. And I realized that I only signed one distributor that month. And I think she ended up quitting. So what I'm saying is that whole month I pushed for products and not for distributors. Why? I have no idea, because distributors bring in volume. They grow your team, and they're amazing because they're your friends and your team. So sign distributors. Just because you think you don't need distributors, I promise you do. So get into live posting. Like, just do it. Because this month I've been live posting every single day, and I've already signed 12 distributors this month. And that's crazy for me, because unless it's like a $20 BBK, like I usually don't sign that many distributors because I don't push for them. Like, if you need to grow your team, you have to push for them. So one thing I want to say, if you've never signed a distributor, like, think about what you could do better to maybe sign one. Are you live posting? Are you being consistent? Do people see a bunch of spam on your page, or did they see you and what you're all about? That kind of thing. So then I wanted to talk about being consistent. So a lot of you come to me and you're like, okay, well, nobody's signing up, nobody's doing this, nobody's doing that. And I look at your page and you haven't posted since like June, and then you haven't posted on your story. Like, you're not doing the necessary steps in order to achieve your goals that you want in your mind. Like, your work ethic should match up to the goal you're trying to achieve. If you want to be Ruby, you have to work like a Ruby. You can't work every here and there. And then people see that. People are like, oh, she's only like, doing this a certain amount of time, or like she is messaging me, but she didn't post until like last month. She must not care that much about this business or those products. Because when you message people, automatically they're going to go to your page and they're going to be like, okay, like they try to figure it out for themselves. They're like, okay, well, what is this and how could I benefit? And then they might respond to you. Some people might just respond, like everybody's different, but I'm saying that people come back to your page for information. So if you're not passionate, like I've had people join me because of my passion, because I'm on Instagram every single day, because I've been doing this and I haven't given up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so stop giving up. Even if you give up for like 3 days, let's be honest, how hard is it to make a post? Like, come on, use the ones on the thing. And then if you don't have time during the day, if you're like in school, then literally make it the night before and post it. So I think that's all I had to say about that. Another thing, if you're on this Zoom, then congrats, because you obviously care about your business and every single one of you want to do better, right? But you have to consistently like look for help. Just because I'm not doing a Zoom next week doesn't mean you shouldn't learn something new, or stay in touch with your team or like anything like that. So definitely, like when I was new, for example, I was looking up YouTube videos from everybody. Like, I was trying to figure this out, and I had an upline to help me and she was amazing. But it's different when you figure things out on your own. Like you can't let somebody feed you information. Like, I shouldn't be your only source of information on how to do something. Like, if you're stuck on posting, go find a YouTube video. It works posting. Go find, and I can give you examples of people, like, and I didn't even know this before. Like, I just went up, I looked it up, and if I can find it, I know you can. So I think that's all I had to say about that. Also, like I was talking about accountability partners, I think this is so helpful, because having an accountability partner is literally like a best friend that also wants success with you. So for example, like I get on a Zoom twice a day with girls on another team because we push each other to do better and do power hours. So instead of me sleeping till 12, because this is my full-time job, so instead of me sleeping till 12, I get on a Zoom at 9 with them. We all work together. And then, like, I do what I need to throughout the day. At night, we're on a Zoom again. It reminds me to be successful. Like, I can't let them down. So when you have somebody pushing you like that, you want to make sure that it's somebody that's not going to, number one, bring you down, or number two, going to be like they don't care if you get on or not. Because obviously, like, if you're having a power hour and you don't get on and they're like, oh, it's fine, like I'm not going to get on either, like you're not helping each other. But if you're like, 2 or 3 people are on and they're like, Allison, where are you? Like, it's time to Zoom, it's time to start working, you're going to get on. You know what I'm saying? So find a few people, even if you, like, I did not magically know people in this business. Like, I have messaged people and say, hey, do you want to be accountability partners? Hey, like, I really like this about you. Just get to know people. And it's a lot easier because, like, we're on our phones. Just message somebody, Who cares if they don't respond? Like, find someone else. So find an accountability partner. Find 2 or 3. And then they're going to introduce you to people too. And that helps so much, especially in this business, because we all go through similar things. We all go through the hard times. We all go through, getting ignored, being told no, that kind of thing. And if you have an accountability partner in this business, they understand too. So it's going to be that much better. So, yeah, I don't know what I was going to say. So one other thing that I want to talk about is, and this is kind of maybe harsh, but like growing up, guys, like growing up, okay? So not physically growing up, but you know, like if you've been in the business, you know, weeks and weeks, it's time to figure things out on your own. It's time to stop waiting on me to say, hey, have you posted today? Hey, are you going to do this? Hey, are you going to do that? Like, I am not your success, okay? Your success depends on you. So, you know, like, don't come to me saying, you know, with these screenshots that I've told you 100 times to save to your notes and you just don't do it. Like, that's being lazy, okay? So number one, I'm going to stop responding, because if I know you know the answer, then you need to figure out the answer. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you sent me 20 times, what's the 90-day challenge? I'm going to make sure you know about the 90-day challenge. Don't get me wrong. I'm going to help you. But if I know you know what it is and you just want me to respond because you haven't saved the note or you haven't done that, like, it's time to start working for yourself, okay? It's time to realize that I don't know all the answers in this business, and I figured most things out by doing it myself and testing the water, right? So going into, you know, what people say, there's no perfect answer to what people say, okay? So obviously, like, if you don't know prices, you don't know how to do prices, you don't know what the 90-day challenge is and you need my help, like, please, for the love of God, ask me, because I want to help you. But if I've told you 20 times, and you know what I'm saying, there's a big difference. Like, if you clearly know what to say and you just want me to answer it because you want to see what I'll say, like, literally just try. Believe in yourself, guys, because a lot of you send me screenshots and I know you know the answer. And if you just believe in yourself and trust your gut, you're going to be fine. So, you know, for me, I remember sending a screenshot to my upline and she was like, Allison, you know the answer to that. Like, you got to trust yourself. And I was like, oh, well, yeah. Like, and even if I didn't know the answer, I came up with something good. Like, that's all this business is figuring it out. You know, like, there's never a perfect answer. So, like, for example, if a distributor is signing up and they're like, you know, whatever they say, they're asking you questions, be honest. When you're talking to distributors, be 100% honest and be excited. Because if you're not excited, they're not going to want to join you. Because if you're not excited about your business, like, why should they be excited, right? But, you know, if they ask you something, be real. People want to see, like, you're a real person. So, you know, a lot of times, and the way I've been signing a lot of distributors is voice messaging them. So I always ask first, I'm like, hey, can I send you a voice message? And then they're usually like, of course, you know, whatever. And then I'll, you know, do my rant, whatever, answer their questions. But what I'm saying is there's no perfect wording. There's no super script that's going to get you that distributor other than you being you. You know, and that's all it is. Like, people want to join you because of you. They don't want to join somebody that's a robot. So, you know, if that's out of your comfort zone, because it was for me, because I have crazy anxiety. Like, even doing Zooms like this, it's crazy. So, you know, voice messaging for me was hard at first. Calling people on the phone was hard at first. But if you have to, like, stepping out of your comfort zone is where you're going to grow. So just remember that. Like, if somebody's saying something to you and you know the answer, but you're not sure how to word it, you know, come up with something and then send it to me and say, Allison, do you think this is a good answer? I'm going to tell you yes or no. So I think that's all I had to say about that. But, you know, like, I can give you all the information you need. I can tell you how to sign a distributor, how to find prices, what the 90-day challenge is, how I sign customers. I can tell you all of it. But if you don't do anything, like, I'm not going to work for you, you know? So I think that's all I have to say. So does anybody have any questions? It can be anything. I really love questions. It can be like about messaging or posting or following people or something in the business you're just really confused about. Conference, y'all know about conference. Well, some of you don't. So conference is amazing, okay? So conference is this, I like to call it like a huge get-together. It's a conference, but it's like a huge get-together. Everybody in the business is there. So literally, like, everybody that you see on like the Be Obsessed or Be Average page, they're probably going to be there. All the people, like leaders you look up to, because I know I told most of you, like, find a leader and look up to them. Because when you look up to somebody, like, it just makes it that much easier because you're like, she's a normal person. She just worked really hard to get there. And it kind of like motivates you, you know? Like, for example, the person I look up to is Nyora. If you don't know her, like, go follow her on Facebook. Not on Instagram because people don't like that, but definitely Facebook. And she's amazing. And I've always watched her. Every time she posts something, I would post something. If she posted something on her story, I would screenshot. I still do this. I screenshot it. If you're not sure how to do that, because I was really confused on how to do this for so long. So if you see somebody on Instagram or Facebook make a story, literally just hold it down with your thumb. And then if you have an iPhone, obviously, press the button on the side and then this button and screenshot it. Okay, so I do not create most of my Instagram stories. I get them from other people. So if you're lazy like me, obviously I'm not lazy, but like when it comes to that, I'm not creative. So I'm going to screenshot somebody's stories, you know? So I will get stories from other people. And then, you know, if I have extra time throughout the day, I'll make my own. But it's really easy that way. We all share stories. Like, it's totally fine. You know, you can always take mine. I've never, like, asked somebody, hey, can I screenshot this story and use it on my page? Like, if they have a problem with that, like, I don't know. But I don't think they will. And I always get them and do it that way. What else was I going to say? Oh, okay. So you guys know about these little, like, highlight things. I don't know if you can see it, but they're like little stories that you can, like, save on your Instagram. People love those, especially when they're just following you and they come to your page. I've had people sign up just because they read something that I've put on there. So one tip I have is to download the Unfold app. It's called Unfold, if you have an iPhone. And it will create these cool, like, you have to do it. And it takes some time, but definitely do it. I can't even find the app now. Anyways, it's a great app to create your story. So when I say your story, I'm talking about who you are, what you're about, and what your goals are. So for example, I have this little icon. Gosh, this is so blurry. I have this little icon that says my story. And people can come on here and click it. And I have, like, pictures of me with, like, words about who I am. And that, like, really opens up doors for people because they're like, dang, like, either they relate to you or they're like inspired by you. And it really, even if you haven't had success in the business yet, talk about what success you're going to have, because if you don't know, this business is crazy and it's got so much on the table for you. So for example, like for mine, I have, hi, I'm Allison. I was your normal 19-year-old college student. Now things have changed a little bit. And I talk about how I used to be broke, how I got my associate's degree in high school, like pictures of me and my friends, talking about watching a girl for months and then finally joining, talking about how I love the products, and then, you know, talking about my success. But like I said, if you haven't had success in the business, it's totally fine. My motto is fake it until you make it. Like, literally just talk about the success you're going to have. I was telling somebody this the other day, but I literally, guys, okay, so I was 2 months in the business, 2 months. I was driving this crazy, like, awful car that had a salvage title. Like, it was literally falling apart. And I remember wanting a new car so bad. Like, I literally just wanted a new car. And I figured if I made $200 a month, because I lived with my mom, so I figured if I made $200 a month, I could afford a car, which I was wrong. But, and I had to pay for the insurance too, so I don't know where I got these numbers. But I was executive. So that's the first rank. You make on average $200 a month. I went into the car dealership and I had faith that I was going diamond and that I was going to make $2,000 a month. So when I got my like credit application thing, I wrote down that I made $2,000 a month, and I literally had not even made $200 yet. I had just went executive, and I thought that I was going to make $200. So, anyways, I don't know how, but the bank approved me for the car, and I just had faith that I was going diamond. The next month I went ruby, and then the following month is when the car payment was due, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go ruby this month and then diamond the next. I literally did it. So in, I don't know what I was saying, sorry. So within 4 months, I went diamond. I skipped emerald and I went diamond. I went from ruby, making like $400 a month, to diamond. My first diamond check was like almost $2,000. I had enough for the car payment. Like, that's what I'm talking about, guys. I talked about it in my life post every single day about how I was going to make $2,000 a month, and I hadn't even seen a $200 paycheck. Like, you have to have faith, and then you have to work with that faith. So I don't really know where that came from, but I kind of just want to tell that story because sometimes, like, when I tell y'all stuff, you, like, get it into, I don't know. But just saying, now, like, I look at that scenario and I'm like, wow, I was crazy. I could have lost that car. Like, because, like, I just had faith that I was going diamond and I just made it happen. If you're serious about something, it's going to happen. So I think that's all I really had to say. If you have any questions, like, please leave them in the chat box thing we have. And I'll wait a couple minutes. I think the Zoom has 10 more minutes, so I'll just kind of wait a couple more minutes. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I really just wanted to talk about posting. One thing I do want to say about posting, if something is not on the Be Obsessed or Be Average page, and you want to post about it, make your own. Like, half the time I make my own. It's not got to be anything special. I've learned that shorter captions grab more attention because you have to think, like, if you're on Instagram, are people really going to read that? Would you really read that, you know? So I always, double check my post and I'm like, would I read that? So I definitely make it shorter for live posts. And then for product posts, sometimes, like, I'll post a picture of me, like, holding keto coffee, and use a caption from the Be Obsessed or Be Average page. So you can literally mix it up. Just make sure that you post real things on your Instagram. Like, for example, I don't know if y'all can see this, like, that's a selfie of me. I will only, and I mean only, post somebody's results if I've got enough of me on the page. Like, I'm not going to just post results. So, like, I posted Laura's results right here today. But, like, you can see me here, 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 here. Like, it's plenty, like, you can tell who I am. But just keep it super simple, but keep it passionate and where people want to see it. Like, don't post a bunch of spam. Post about your life. Post anything you want. Like literally, this is a picture of me at the fair. Not even me at the fair, it's just like the fair. And it says Mountain State Fair, like how we got paid a day early. I'm still shocked that I'm able to make money from my phone. And I just talk about that. And I got 200 likes on that, you know? And it's not all about the likes, like don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is that was a live post that probably took 2 seconds. It's not even got my face in it. And it balances out my profile because I had a bunch of selfies of me. So I kind of like balance it out. If I've got a bunch of selfies, like I'll post a picture of like my dog or something for my live post. But if I don't have a bunch of selfies of me, I'm going to post a lot, you know? So obviously posting is just one part of your business. Like it's not everything, but why not do the best you can, you know? So a lot of people like before have told me, oh, like I just don't take pictures. Like I don't fix up a lot. I do not fix up a lot, right? Like I don't have makeup on right now. My hair is like not been washed, okay? So I pick like one day out of the week to fix up and like put makeup on, or like when I'm going somewhere, put makeup on and take a bunch of pictures. I'll literally get my products out and take a bunch of pictures with them. Like this is crazy, y'all, but I really do this. And then I'll post them like obviously at different times, so somebody's not just like, oh, she's posting like the same outfit. Sometimes I'll change clothes, like make me look different when it was really like the same day. So if you don't fix up a lot, like, and you don't take a lot of pictures, just pick one day and like do a fashion show, like put on different outfits and make people think that like it's a different day, but it's not. So yeah, like I have, okay, there's the keto and greens, and then I have me with the stretch mark cream, same outfit, same day, posted at different times. Like people are not going to call you out. It's rare. So those are my biggest tips. I hope this helped. I'm going to post this on my YouTube channel. I don't really post anything on YouTube except like these Zooms I record. But I will post it on there for the people that couldn't get on. And I hope you'll have a great night, and thanks for hopping on. Bye.